Hey everyone, it's Mr. Anderson. Today I'm going to be talking to you about relative minor scales. In order to be successful learning about these relative minor scales, you have to understand how to build a major scale. I posted a lesson on this a while ago. It's on my YouTube channel, so you should check that out so you know how you can build a major scale using whole steps and half steps from the piano keyboard, which you see on the screen in front of you right now. There's a couple different ways to think about minor scales. You can think about them as parallel scales or as relative scales. And today we're going to talk about relative minor scales. I'll talk about how to form a parallel scale in another lesson. So let's start with a major scale. I'm going to play everything today, or at least for now, in the key of C, because it's the easiest key to talk about. If you think about your circle of fifths, the key of C has no flats and no sharps, so it'll just be the white keys of the piano. So a major scale, a C major scale on the piano sounds like this. And we know from the previous lesson that what makes the major scale sound like a major scale is the pattern of whole steps and half steps. A whole step from C to D, a whole step from D to E, a half step from E to F, whole step from F to G, whole step from G to A, whole step from A to B, and a half step from B to C. Now, a minor scale has a really sad sound to it. You've probably heard minor scales before. I'll play one for you now. Minor scale sounds like this. Now, in order to make a minor scale, the easiest way to do it is find the sixth note of your major scale and start from there. So if I look up to find the sixth note of my major scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can see that's the sixth note. So that'd be C, D, E, F, G, A. Now, as you can see, I would run out of room on my piano keyboard if I tried to start from this A because there's no more keys in the piano keyboard. But we know that the letters go forever in both directions. If I could start on this A, then I know I could just as easily start on this A down here to get the minor scale. And just like our major scale at a whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half, I can mark in the whole steps and half steps here. I see there's a whole step from A to B and a half step from B to C. But of course, my scale can't keep on going. It has to end when I get back to A again. So I can see now the pattern of whole steps and half steps is whole, half, whole, half, whole, to get the relative natural minor scale. Now, there are other varieties of minor scale. Today, I'm only talking about the natural minor scale. Later on in another lesson, I can talk about the harmonic minor scale or the melodic minor scale, but the natural minor scale is the one that makes the most sense theoretically because key signatures match. Now, this trick will work with any scale at all that we know. If I wanted to write a B flat scale, I know a B flat scale, B flat, up a whole step to C, whole step to D, half step to E flat, whole step to F, whole step to G, whole step to A, half step to B flat. If I were to start on the sixth note, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the sixth note is G. I would run out of keyboard again though, so I'll start on the G down here. We've got G, A, and then B flat. And I can get rid of higher notes. So then my minor scale would be G, A, B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G. And I can hear that I've ended up with a minor scale. You can try this in any scale that you know how to play. You have to be careful, of course, that you keep the scale in the range of your instrument. Which brings us back to the circle of fifths. So we can use the circle of fifths also to find the relative minor for every key we've been working on. Let me start with one that we already know. We just worked on the key of B flat major, and we know that if we start on the sixth note of the key of B flat, see, that'd be B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G. The sixth note is G. I know that B flat is relative to G minor. The general convention is we use uppercase letters for major keys and lowercase letters for minor keys. So I got a lowercase g there for the key of G minor. I could do the same thing for the key of F. Let's see. F, G, A, B flat, C, D. It's the key of D minor. But you may have noticed a pattern by now. B flat to F is a perfect fifth, and G to D is also a perfect fifth, and it is the circle of fifths. So from G to D, the next one would be A. The next one would be E. The next one would be B. And then going a perfect fifth up from B, we'd have to circle back around, but this time we're going sharps. So this would be A is F sharp. E is C sharp. And then B major would be relative to either G sharp or A flat. G sharp minor would be a pretty nasty key. Most people would do that in A flat, which makes it 7 flats. We can call it G sharp if we'd like. Next up would be D sharp minor, which again, most people would probably call E flat minor. We can put the cutoff there. Going the other direction from G minor, we'd have C minor, and then F minor, and B flat minor. So now we've got the circle of fifths. I'm just a little sloppy when it's handwritten. We have the circle of fifths with all of the relative minor keys written in. So we can either use the sixth note trick, or we can refer to the circle of fifths that has all of them written in there, which also gives us the key signature. And the other tricks I taught you about the circle of fifths for seeing what notes are in the set of notes that are in that key exists here too. All right, that's it, guys. Thanks for stopping by.